The roar of the crowd still echoes in the ears of boxing fans as Gervonta "Tank" Davis prepares for his highly anticipated rematch against Lamont Roach Jr., set for August 16th. The intensity, the passion, and the hunger that Davis has shown in his latest training camp footage, released by Prime Video, have reignited excitement among his supporters. This isn't just another fight for Tank, it's a chance to reclaim his dominance, to prove that the fire within him burns brighter than ever. As legendary champion Marvin Hagler once said, "It's tough to get up for road work at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. The grind comes naturally when you're hungry, but comfort can dull that edge." For Davis, the hunger is back, and his training camp reflects a renewed sense of purpose. The recently released footage from Davis's fourth day in training camp is a testament to his revitalized drive. Unlike the lackluster performance fans witnessed in his first bout against Roach, where he seemed distracted and unusually compliant, this version of Tank is different. The video showcases a boxer not just going through the motions but attacking his regimen with ferocity. His training sessions are no longer about maintaining the status quo, they're about transformation. From the moment the video begins, Davis makes it clear, this isn't just another title defense. It's the return of Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a fighter determined to prove he's still one of the best in the world. Davis's daily routine has undergone a significant overhaul. Known for being a night owl, he's shifted his schedule to start as early as possible. His mornings now begin with a jog, a stark contrast to his previous habits of waking up around 11 a.m. after staying up until 3 o'clock or 4 a.m. After his morning run, he eats a carefully planned meal designed to fuel his body with the right nutrients. He might rest briefly, but the day doesn't end there. By 6 o'clock or 7 p.m., he's back at it with an evening workout, often another run or intense gym session. This two-a-day schedule is grueling, but it's a clear sign of his commitment to being in peak condition for the rematch. One of the most notable changes in Davis's preparation is his focus on building muscle to increase his strength and power. In his first fight against Roach, the World Boxing Association lightweight champion was caught off guard when his punches didn't have the devastating effect he's known for. Roach, a resilient and tactical fighter, absorbed Davis's shots and kept coming forward. Realizing his power wasn't enough, Davis has made strength training a priority. His workouts now include exercises specifically designed to enhance his explosiveness, ensuring that when he lands a punch in the rematch, Roach will feel it. The training camp footage also highlights an increase in the intensity and duration of Davis's sparring sessions. He's now sparring for 15 rounds, with each round lasting 5 minutes, a significant departure from standard practice. This extended sparring is aimed at boosting his endurance and athleticism, ensuring he can maintain his pace throughout the fight. Davis knows that Roach loves to stay in the pocket, picking his punches with precision, so he's also dedicating more time to footwork drills. Fluid movement will be key to avoiding Roach's calculated strikes while setting up his own offensive attacks. Shadowboxing, mitt work, and heavy bag sessions round out his regimen, each designed to sharpen a specific aspect of his game. Perhaps the most significant change in Davis's camp is the return of his head trainer, Calvin Ford. Ford's absence in the first fight against Roach was glaring, and many believe it contributed to Davis's subpar performance. For years, fans have associated Davis with a trio of himself, Ford, and assistant coach Kenny Ellis, a dynamic reminiscent of iconic fighter-trainer duos like Mike Tyson and Cus D'Amato or Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach. When Barry Hunter stepped in to replace Ford for the Roach fight, it felt off. The chemistry wasn't the same, and the results showed. Davis lost that fight, a rare blemish on his record, and the absence of Ford was no coincidence. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Ford addressed his absence, clarifying that it wasn't due to a falling out with Davis. He explained that he had taken a step back to focus on his amateur fighters, a passion that brings him peace. Ford emphasized that the training structure remained unchanged, and his bond with Davis was as strong as ever. Being away from Tank allowed both of them to appreciate their partnership more deeply. When Ford returned to the gym, he could sense that Davis had missed him, just as he had missed his star pupil. The reunion has brought a renewed energy to the camp, with Ford pushing Davis to elevate every aspect of his game. Barry Hunter, who was in Davis's corner for the first Roach fight, also spoke on the matter, reassuring fans that the team dynamic was intact. He, Ford, Ellis, and assistant coach Boogie would all be present for the rematch, working together to ensure Davis was at his best. Hunter, who has been with Davis since his amateur days, dismissed rumors of discord, noting that the internet often amplifies misinformation. To him, Davis is family, and the temporary shift in coaching roles was just that, temporary. The first fight between Davis and Roach, which took place on March 1st at Barclays Center, was a shock to the boxing world. Most expected Davis, the Baltimore native, to dominate, but what unfolded was a competitive bout that ended in a controversial majority draw. The ninth round became the focal point of debate. After taking a jab from Roach, Davis inexplicably took a knee, an action that many, including 3 senior boxing referees consulted by sports journalist Chris Mannix, believed should have been ruled a knockdown. Compounding the controversy, Davis's corner wiped his face with a towel during the round, a clear violation of boxing rules, as only the referee can halt the action. Some argued Davis should have been disqualified. The referee, Steve Willis, faced heavy criticism for his handling of the situation. According to boxing insider Dan Glazer, if the knockdown had been counted or the rule violation enforced, Roach could have won either by disqualification or by majority decision. The official scorecards reflected the fight's closeness. One judge scored it 115 to 113 for Davis, while the other 2 scored it 114 to 114, resulting in the draw. For many, the ninth round encapsulated Davis's tendency to bend the rules without facing consequences, a pattern some observers, like Keith Iduk on the Ariel Helwani show, pointed out. Iduk referenced a previous incident against Hector Luis Garcia, where Davis took an unofficial break after a distraction in the crowd, further illustrating his knack for operating outside the norm. Post-fight, Davis attributed his actions in the ninth round to grease from a hair treatment burning his eyes, an explanation that didn't satisfy everyone. Roach, meanwhile, was gracious but firm in his belief that he deserved the win. Speaking on the Come and Talk to Me podcast, Roach revealed he tried to contact Davis after the fight regarding a reported bet between them, but Davis didn't respond. Roach's team, led by attorney Gregory M. Smith, expressed disappointment in the outcome and the commission's inaction but remained confident that a rematch would prove Roach's superiority. To his supporters, including fellow boxer Shakur Stevenson, Roach is the people's champion at 135 pounds. The first fight's controversy has only heightened anticipation for the rematch. Davis's performance was described as distracted and underwhelming by former UFC champions Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo on their 4-Pound-Pound podcast. They, along with light heavyweight champion David Benavidez, speculated that Davis might be battling burnout. Having started boxing at age 5, Davis has been in the sport for over 2 decades, a grueling journey that could explain moments of emotional fatigue. Benavidez noted that Davis seemed to give Roach too much respect, perhaps lacking the killer instinct that defined his earlier fights. Cejudo even drew comparisons to Floyd Mayweather, suggesting Davis might be adopting a cautious, defensive approach to protect his record. Despite the criticism, Davis remains focused. In a post-fight interview, he acknowledged his mistakes, taking full responsibility for the outcome. He admitted he could have stopped Roach but didn't capitalize on the opportunity. Now, with the rematch looming, he's leaving nothing to chance. His training camp is a reflection of that mindset, with every detail meticulously planned to address the shortcomings of the first fight. The extended sparring, the emphasis on footwork, the muscle-building regimen, all are designed to ensure he's faster, stronger, and more durable. Roach, for his part, is no slouch. The 29-year-old from Washington, D.C., brought a career-best performance to the first fight, going toe-to-toe with a 3-weight world champion. His work ethic and tactical approach earned him respect, even from Davis's camp. Ford, who has known Roach since their amateur days, praised his dedication, noting that the 2 fighters have a history of competitive sparring sessions. Roach's ability to stay in the pocket and pick his shots made him a formidable opponent, and Davis knows he'll need to be at his best to overcome him. The boxing community is abuzz with speculation about how the rematch will unfold. Will Davis reclaim his dominance, or will Roach capitalize on his momentum and prove the first fight was no fluke? The controversy surrounding the ninth round and the officiating has fueled debates, with some arguing the fight's outcome could still be overturned pending review. For now, though, all eyes are on August 16th, when Davis and Roach will step back into the ring to settle the score. Davis's journey to this point hasn't been without its challenges. His love-hate relationship with boxing, as noted by Benavidez, is evident. The pressure of being a champion, the weight of expectations, and the physical and mental toll of a long career can wear on even the toughest fighters. Yet, the footage from his training camp suggests he's found a spark. The return of Calvin Ford, the revamped routine, and the intense focus on improvement all point to a fighter who's ready to remind the world why he's called Tank. For fans, The rematch is more than just a fight. It's a chance to see if Davis can recapture the magic that made him a star. It's a test of whether he can overcome the doubts, the controversies, and the whispers of burnout to prove he's still one of the most dangerous men in the sport. As the final bell approaches, one thing is certain: Gervonta Davis is leaving nothing to chance, and the boxing world will be watching.